MameHaze.
Hello, and welcome to an unusual thing, which is one of my live streams. Now, I've not done any for a while, because I keep getting busy doing other things, but yeah, I thought with the latest MAME release having a bunch of Taito F3 improvements, it would be a good time to have another live stream and a look at some of those improvements, along with plenty of other Taito things in MAME. Now, the big improvements were to the Taito F3 system, which has been emulated in MAME for a long time, but it is one of the most complex pieces of 2D hardware MAME emulates. And there were many slight imperfections in the emulation, some of them more game-breaking than others. But yeah, there have been a few people working on improving them lately, so I thought I'd take a little look. And it's being done properly this time. It's not just a bunch of hacks on top of the existing emulation. It's all being done with research based on PCB testing and things like that. So yeah, it's looking much better for the F3 emulation now. Not perfect, but it's definitely getting there. So we will definitely be looking at some of that, and just say anything else Taito, because Taito are the company of many rainbows. They put out Rainbow Islands, and it is just Pride Month also, so it felt like a good fit, a good way to start the month. So we have a bunch of people already in the chat, which is always good to see after a long break in streaming. So I mean, we've got a MAME fan who's got his own channel where he plays many games in MAME and often goes through the hidden gems and things I picked up, played, and that you may have not seen before, and decides what he thinks of them. We've got Aussie Guy, our regular fact finder, who is no doubt going to be giving us many interesting Taito facts today. And we've got Cow, our regular Cow. Unfortunately for Cow, we won't be playing a final lap because that's a Namco game. Also, Dangerous Curves. No, there's been no progress on Taito's Dangerous Curves. I think that might need an internal ROM before it works. We've got Tilanus as well. We've got Feminius and Peter Force and MB1 asking a few questions. Mass Ninja, and so Thomas as well. Thomas Clark Pedersen. So yes, we've got a few people in there. It's good to see you all. So welcome. I hope you enjoy this. I'm not sure there'll be many hidden gems or surprises this time because I think the Taito catalogue is fairly well known. But hopefully you'll still enjoy what I have to play. So let's switch the view now to the main view here. And there we go. We've got a nice full screen. And with that, I think I can put these headphones on and coin up the game and start playing it. So, as always, let me know if the volume levels and everything else are all right for you. And if I make any mistakes, like forgetting to change the view to from horizontal to vertical and like, feel free to point it out because it's not always easy to keep track of all these things. But yes, this is Bubble Memories, which is the third game in the Bubble Bobble series. Well, the third proper Bubble Bobble game in the Bubble Bobble series. Because there were all the spin-offs and confusion over the general order of them when you include things like Parasol Stars, which was not an arcade game. But yeah, Taito's numbering is a little confusing at times. Now, I've said before, but I'm not the biggest fan of the backgrounds in this one because they went for this digitized image look, photographs, and they've not aged quite as well as the cutesy graphics of the other games, but gameplay wise it still holds up. It's still Bubble Bobble, and it's obviously still got a fantastic Taito soundtrack because one of the highlights of this F3 system is the audio hardware with the audio hardware with the DSP, the Ensoniq stuff. It's a very orchestral sound. It's the same stuff used on a bunch of synths and the like, so yeah. So, I mean, you've got features like being able to blow massive bubbles in this, which you need to use for certain enemies, certain larger enemies, and you can also capture multiple enemies with them, so yeah. There you go. But otherwise, it plays like Bubble Bobble. I mean, it's one of those cases of they have a formula that works, so don't mess with it too much. Hey Tara, welcome, good to see you. I hope you're doing well too. When could the Gauss Panic 2 be perfectly limited? I really don't know. I mean, again, that's a protection thing. I suppose if the other Kaneko MCUs get finally a way to decap them is discovered or a way to read out the code, then maybe the Gauss Panic one will be looked at and you might see progress then, but I don't know. They're not MCU types anybody's really dealt with yet. And I think we're still only assuming that the Gauss Panic 2 one is the same as the others. Would I consider Saturn or be more powerful? I mean, I'd probably go with Saturn. But they're good at different things. I mean, F3 is built for a lot of line-based effects and blending effects, whereas the Saturn stuff, the SCV stuff, it's a lot more about rotations and different screen modes and things like that. So, I mean, they're both powerful in different ways. I mean, I think F3 probably gives you more access to ROM capacity. Without obviously having to upload things into RAM, which is handy. But yeah, I mean, I don't know if it'd be fair to say one was more powerful than the other, because they each have their advantages, as is often the case. I mean, direct hardware comparisons are always difficult. It's clear, and Taito knew what they wanted their hardware to do when they made the hardware. Hardware is a good term. So yeah, the boss is where you'll see one of the first emulation improvements in this. Not actually while fighting the boss, but when I defeat this boss, there will be an explosion effect. So we'll get there. So yes. As always with the bubble bosses, it's a case of get the special bubble, use what's in the special bubble to defeat the boss. That is generally the formula of how they work. Now, when I blow this up, you'll see there's a big explosion at the end here. Big circle effect. That was missing in the previous emulation, so it just did a sort of complete screen whiteout before. So yeah, that's maybe the most noticeable improvement in this. I think there are minor things here and there, but if you want to point out one big improvement with Bubble Memories, it would be that one. So again, I mean, it's not game breaking without it there, but you know, if you played the PCB, you're certainly going to notice it was missing. The close-up of the frog is a bit strange. Yeah, I mean, let's say I'm not a big fan of the backgrounds on these. They feel out of place. Oh, I mean, Bubble has always been a cutesy game, and real things aren't cute. I mean, okay, I'm sure plenty of cats are going to disagree with me right there, but you know, frogs aren't cute. Not really. There we go. There's a rainbow. You see. Yeah, let's play a little bit more through this. Now, as with all the Bubble games, this is full of secrets, and I don't really know them because I haven't looked them up, and it's been a long time since I played these proper. Oh dear, I died. Let's continue. But yeah, there's all sorts of secret ways through the levels. But see, Taito clearly know the connections. You know, they know their own history, and they put the little rainbow references in here because, you know, Rainbow Islands was the original sequel to Bubble, or, you know, the story of Bubble Part 2 as they called it. Whereas they then released Bubble 2 to the arcades as Bubble Memory, no, Bubble Symphony. And then they released this one, Bubble Memories. Now I'm firing Rainbow Boomerangy, yeah. People underestimate the cuteness of trilobites. I mean, now we've just got, yeah, bones, you know, fossils. They're not cute. I mean, I don't really know what they were going for. Let's bounce along to the top of the screen. Woo! That was pointless, but it was fun. No, it doesn't. I wonder what stage this was, the design choice video was made, or what they were really going for. I mean, they did similar with Arkanoid Returns. These look more like something out of Pokemon. But yeah, if I was to re-release this game today, remaster it, I think I just replace all the backgrounds. I think I just, you know, actually do cutesy backgrounds on them if I was in Taito's shoes. I mean, it's almost like, you know, the way they wanted to make Puzzle Bobble and Puzzle Move not cute outside of Japan. But in this case, every region got not cute in terms of backgrounds. So I don't know if that was some of the thinking. Maybe they thought it would appeal more to non-Japanese audiences with the digitized or photographic backgrounds. I mean, I don't think anybody's ever officially said in an interview. It would be interesting to know. The underwater bits here also, they remind me a lot of the New Zealand Story, which was another Taito classic, because you spend a lot of time going underwater in that one, and that does slow your movement. So yeah, again, I think they're pulling in from their back catalogue of games and ideas. Oh, I failed to jump over the well, cookie. So, no, I'm not doing an amazing job playing this game. I never do. But you need the big bubbles for those. 5 little bubbles at them, it doesn't do anything. But I think you can use the notes there to get rid of them too. Yeah, big bubble and pop, and then you get a big reward. Landmaker was the last F3 Cybercore game released in 1998. Yeah, they did. I'm surprised they didn't use the platform for a little bit longer, but I guess the PlayStation-based hardware they moved on to was capable enough of 2D games, and maybe they thought they'd already done all they could do with F3. I mean, they did push it quite hard during its run. So, I don't know. You know, modular systems like this, the cartridge-based ones, could be quite profitable. I mean, as you showed with SNK and the Neo Geo, because all you're doing when you release new games, putting out a board of ROMs typically, which means you don't have to sell the system again. You've got an install base of people with the boards. I definitely remember seeing quite a few F3 games back in the day, usually the Puzzle Bobble series. Yeah, these ones fire diagonally, so a bit like the other one, but now I've got the whirlwinds firing off diagonally at the boss. And once again, we will get an explosion, which will work correctly. There you go. The original didn't need a background, no. I mean, the backgrounds could be worse in the sense that they don't get in the way. They're not stopping you seeing what you need to see. I mean, if you've played any of the Arkanoid clones, especially the home conversions, the backgrounds on those sometimes just got in the way. You couldn't really see where your ball was, which was distinctly not fun. These ones pop quickly. That's why the bubbles are red almost straight away, and that was bad. Yeah, you can't jump high enough to get to the top platform now. Yeah. And you know, you've got butterflies in the background here, but they're not very colourful butterflies. But again, maybe that is because they don't want the backgrounds to be too distracting. But you've got the weird glittery effects from. Yeah, I don't get it. I really don't get what they were thinking. But I've said that a few times now. Let's use the fire on these things because it helps. Yes, I can hurry up. No. Come on. Uh-oh. That means I'm running out of time. Go on. Bring the fire on. There we go. That's the safest way to get rid of those. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, Aussie guy. Maybe, again, this idea at Taito that they need to use something that's not cute to maybe sell their games outside of Japan. It's just odd to me. I'm surprised the Neo Geo didn't get an actual Bubble Bobble game. Actually. It got Puzzle Bobble. You would have thought maybe they would try and capitalise on the success of Puzzle Bobble on Neo Geo and put a Bubble Bobble game on there, but they never did that either. Some of Taito's decisions are not easy to understand. So I don't know how much longer we're going to play this. I might even get the extra letters. Hey, Extreme Rec, another MameHaze stream. Yes, I mean it's the first one in quite a while, but I'm glad you're here. I hope you're doing well. And this is me playing Taito F3 games rather badly, very badly, incredibly badly, just to show some of the improvements. So if you spot anything else that is improved while I'm playing, do point it out. I mean, while the code has been massively rewritten under the surface, the improvements aren't necessarily that obvious because the old code was held together by a lot of quite bad hacks, which some people were unfortunately trying to pile more hacks upon. And now it's been rewritten and is much better, much cleaner. So, you know, sometimes you have to do a lot of work, which is what the people looking at this were doing, for just you know, that last sort of 5-10% correctness. That's always the hardest part in emulation. It's easy to get sort of 95% of the way, but then you get to that sort of last 5% and you realise everything has to be redone. That was kind of the state F3 was in for a long time. The emulation that we had could get most things working, but then to fix the rest of it required a complete rethink of what was being done. And that was not clever. Come on, big boys. Yeah, there we go. Twin Kicks has digitised backgrounds too, yeah. I may look at that in the stream a bit, actually. Or even treat you to the bonus of the hidden Japanese version of it. How do I get up here? Catch all three of them in one bubble. The platforming Bubble is not actually that easy, nor is it in Rainbow Islands. You kind of get used to it, but if you objectively analyse it, some of the way that the characters move is incredibly tricky. And this is definitely not a cute background. Let's go straight up, as we'll see. So, yeah, I really have to get under the enemy. Or, yeah, somewhere we can do that. Oh, I got hit. There's notes too. The bosses are not the trickiest part of this game, surprisingly. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, I mean the F3 hardware could display up to 6 bits per pixel background, which is 64 colours. It did have a good colour depth, but not really perfect for digitised images. So, yeah, we've been playing this one for about 15 minutes now. Let's give it another 5 or so, and then we'll move on, because, I mean, there's plenty more to show. Yes, I didn't do very well. There we go. You have a lot of speed moving upwards in the water as you surface, which again is an interesting control mechanic. And 2 of those together. I'm coming up. Hold on. Very muted parrot in the background. Okay, time out. Oh. The thing is, they're not even good quality digitized images. They're grainy and got weird lines on them. The new 68K core was a while ago and not really responsible for any of the F3 improvements, no Mick. The bird is pretty cute, but it's the colours are very muted. Again, I can kind of understand the muted colours, because they don't want to interfere with the gameplay, but it just makes using the images in the first place an odd choice. See, if I was smart, I would have already got to extend things, but I just need an N, really, don't I? Round 34. Okay, I think I see what we do here. Ooh. Not that. I mean, I get the right idea, just completely the wrong execution. There we go. Power Drift has been switched to use the older 68k core again, Cow, so the lockup is gone for now until the cause of that's understood. It's using, I think, the TAS opcode and the 68,000, which is at best not well understood. And yeah, it's a weird opcode. It's the same thing that the Mega Drive ignores the right back on, which is what breaks gargoyles on some models of the Mega Drive. It's a very weird opcode that's really meant for multiprocessor things, and yeah, Power Drift is multiprocessor, but clearly there's something wrong with the implementation of it. Ooh, one of those platformless levels. Bombjack's got a few of these. Well, one of these. It was annoying. Platformless levels in a platform game. Have I heard of Slamscape? No, I've not heard of it. Is it a Taito game? Oh, we have the drunks now throwing their bottles at us. Oh. The power of religion destroys them. That bird just looks startled. Oh, now we've got an underwater platform level. Oh. With no platforms. Entirely underwater level. Which again really makes you have to rethink how you control things. Because you move slowly, apart from up, and you move fast. It's a Viacom New Media MTV. No, I've not heard of it and I've not played it. And since this is a Taito stream, we will not be playing on the stream. Oh, this stream. The advantage of the big bubbles is, of course, you can fire them through walls. I think you need the speed here to get out, don't you? Yes, you do. So no, not down there. Sweet bubble monster. How far are we going to get? I think I'll call this the last life, and then we'll move on to another game. Or we'll just beat the boss. The Dream Gorder. Waffleful. Waffleful? Oh, we get the rainbows then. All the rainbows. Spam the rainbows. We'll spam all the rainbows. While avoiding donuts. Why am I avoiding donuts? Donuts should be a collectible. Let's ignore the fact that I'm just dying. I do not know about spam here. Yeah, Fairyland Story is one of those single-screen platformers before they really nailed the single-screen platformer formula with Bobble. It's not bad. A little bit slow-paced, maybe. If you like to drop cake on enemies. Taito did like their food themes, didn't they? Okay, so we've beaten that, and at this point I'll probably just lose my remaining lives. And there we go. So yeah. That was a bit of Bubble Memories. The third numbered, well, I say numbered, I don't think I've released Bubble 3. The third in the Bubble series. Yeah, I guess the CNT initials are just when you continued rather than having to enter your initials, which is interesting. Elevator action, that's been improved quite a lot, but it's not actually the one I want to look at next. The one I want to look at next is riding fight. Now that pixelated effect there on startup, that is one of the new emulated effects. It's a bit like, you know, the SNES effect you see in Mario. The SNES used that effect quite a lot. This one's a bit louder than the other one, isn't it? So the thing with riding fight is that basically every single moment of this game has been improved. It's not just that mosaic effect you see on startup there, or when the transitions, but the entire game. Everything is much better than it was before, because you know, that effect is used quite a lot. The game was previously only drawing half of the sprites, as in half the frame rate. The sprite buffer swap was not implemented correctly, so rather than the sprites updating at 60 frames a second, they were only ever updating every other frame. Which means the sprite movement is now much smoother than it was before. And also, you know, flicker effects when things are invulnerable now work, whereas before they didn't. So you see my character flickering every now and again. Whereas before, because that might have been a one-frame flicker, that would go missing. So this is actually one of the most improved of the F3 games. So yeah, this really wasn't very playable at all before, because, as you say, you were missing half the animation frames. They are now there. An odd game. It's an on-rails beat-em-up where it's really not much different from that Final Fight, but it's got this always moving background, which just gives the the illusion it's more like a racing game. But in reality, you know, you're moving around this plane and you're attacking things that are next to you. It's an odd little hybrid. But yeah, now everything moves as it should, which makes it a lot more pleasant. I think these tunnel effects are improved too, from memory. No music on the boss? That's interesting. I don't know if that's a bug. Oops, that was a waste. Okay, I'm a bit surprised there's no music here. That might be a bug. Or is it just like that? I don't know. No, there's music now, so maybe it's just meant for a dramatic pause. It's always odd when a game that's just had music all the time hasn't on for a while though. But yeah, as you can see, it's just like a beat 'em up. Now, one of the other things that have been interesting in watching these F3 improvements is the number of things that look like they might be bugs but aren't bugs. So there are a few of those where we've had to get real hardware footage to confirm that they're not emulation bugs. They just look a bit weird. But I'll come to those later. Yeah, I think it was just a dramatic pause, extreme wreck. You really do ride while fighting. I mean, okay, I mean, it's not the only game where you're on some sort of vehicle while fighting. I mean, you look at things like DJ Boy and B-Rap Boys, you're on skates, and I suppose it's a bit like that. I reckon they could have done a snowboarding follow-up where you're going down mountains, though. That would have been good, but They didn't. I think Riding Fight is the only game in the Riding Fight series. Unless there is a snowboarding level. I've never really played this game that much. Because the low frame rate always put me off. But saying now the frame rate's good, I might spend a bit more time with this game. These going over water sections will always remind me of Burning Fight by Namco. I'm not sure what's meant to be exploding, but okay. Oh, it's changed to this bit. Yeah, obviously you can see this is making good use of all the line effects F3 can do, row scroll, zoom, and all that lot. I mean, again, that's really what the F3 platform was built for. These line zoom effects. So, IGN doesn't like water. What's that a reference to? Okay. Yeah, this is nice. This one runs at 60 frames a second MB1, whereas previously in MAME the sprites were only updating at 30. Hey, look, it's Navy moves. If anybody remembers the trauma of playing Navy moves, yeah, you choose which direction to go. It's got split paths. That's what the arrows are telling me. I should probably mention that. So yes, Taito also like their split paths, not just in games like Puzzle Bobble, but also here. One into the screen game that really needs fixing at some point is Konami's G.I. Joe. That's been broken in MAME since some really gross code was removed. About 20 years ago now, probably. But we're not here to talk about G.I. Joe and Konami, but this game just sort of reminded me of that due to the into the screen look. I don't think the non-F3 games have changed at all, Cal. I don't think they share the same chips that have been improved on F3. But yeah, I suppose they might be looked at some point. I wasn't aware of that NB1, but that is possible. Yeah, every hardware has its own quirks. Just use my special attack that I've been building and forgetting to use on them. Let's add Abdullah here because too bouncy for my liking. You do get a lot of bosses in this type of game. You just like to jump around like this. I think Zero Team, one of the early ones, the Birdman guy. He really likes to jump around everywhere too. Just punch some barrels. But yeah, this runs a lot better than it did before. I'll probably do one more F3 game, then we can play something out for a little bit. Just, you know, rake things up. Super Chase. Yeah, Super Chase is, again, there are quite a few of those that are on similar to F3 hardware. I'm not sure they're actually the F3 hardware. Super Chase has got that interesting little weird bug where the train appears too early in a track mode. I have no idea what causes that. I'm pretty sure it doesn't happen on a PCB though. That feels like it could be a CPU bug, but I don't know. So now we've got a night stage. Reminded me of Night Striker. Food time. Okay, is this a bonus stage? Yeah, I think it's a bonus stage in fact. Oh, that's what. Yeah, this is just a bonus stage with food by the looks of it. There we go, that is my bonus tally. I mean, the CD32 and CD-TV have their own quirks too, Extreme Rec. I'm not sure what we're going to say there. I mean, the Amiga with the platform is very quirky. And, you know, I would say the CD32 had its own quirks, because it has features the other AGA Amigas don't have, which a few games used. Not especially useful features for most part, but they were there. Also, I believe the CD32 has a bug with the BIOS where it doesn't free up enough memory if you boot with the game in, which breaks some games. So you have to put the CD in after the boot menu. So you know that's a quirk. Not a positive quirk, but it's a quirk. Hey, why? Yeah, Super Chase only shares the and Sonic Audio in the video chip. I do wonder about that bug with Super Chase. Though. As I say, if you let the track run, the train appears before the train should appear, which is video DAC chip, in the actual video chip. That's what I thought. The actual video chip on those F3 derived games is not the same as F3. But yeah, train appearing too early in a track mode. I mean, I thought it might be the obviously quite incorrectly implemented speed up in the Super Chase drive, but even removing that does not fix the train appearance being too early in the track mode, so who knows. But yeah, there's probably some common ideas between the platforms, because they're almost certainly developed by the same... Oh dear, that was a waste of my special move. Anyway. And now, yeah, I think Y is one of the people who has been improving the F3 emulation in MAME, so if you'd like to say thank you to them, that would be appreciated, a rather kind gesture. Okay, well, we'll call Riding Fight there, but yeah, that's a big improvement in how it was before. It just feels much more responsive with the proper 60 frame a second sprite updates, and then the mosaic effects just give it a bit of polish too. So, okay, tell you how many times you continued. Okay, interesting. There we go. So, so yeah, elevator action returns. Now, I think this is the one most people are interested in seeing the improvements in, because the improvements are rather worthwhile and do kind of affect how the game plays. Yeah, Chase Bombers is a bit of a mess too. I wonder if things like Underfire are really meant to be so washed out too, or if they're messing some kind of per line palette blending to make it a little less bland, but I really don't know. It's a little bit more comfortable. Anyway, Elevator Action returns. Well, it's Elevator Action 2, the sequel to Taito's classic Elevator Action. A lot of people really like this one. I've always kind of struggled to get into it, but yeah, let's give it a go. Maybe now the emulation is better, I'll enjoy it more. Visually, it's kind of similar to Namco's Outfoxies. You like it, the Kins? Yeah, maybe I've just never given it a proper chance. I mean, it's obviously a lot smoother and more well animated than the original Elevator Action. But yeah, now we can shoot the lights out and it will dim the floor where the light is. And that is properly emulated. There we go. Now, I've no idea how the light comes back on in the floor after I've shot the floor out, but yeah, apparently that's the thing. Lights are optional and only provide temporary lighting, after which lights just come back because they can. It's the red doors are meant to go in, isn't it? Is it the red doors? I can't remember now. Yeah. So that door leads to the end. And no, you can't just... Well, you can if you double tap like that, fall off the edge. But it does attempt to stop you doing that. And you can go in there and get a bonus item, so there we go. We've got a bomb. Wait for that. A more powerful gun. So lots of graffiti on the walls. It's made to look like a proper old beat-up building. Which the old order, not the new order, the old order. You also want to create a new society. Yes, a dog was shot. There we go. The building now collapses, and we're outside. I mean, typically, if a building's collapsing, you're probably going to sustain a little bit more damage to yourself than that. Oh yeah, we can't do much about that, can we? You go around that. Bit more life. But yeah, it's oh no, don't want to get crushed on top of the lift like that. That would have been very silly. I need to get to the red building. Go indoor and get the data. Again, they've gone for quite a realistic look with the graphics here. It's not like the digitized images in some of the other games, but it's still, yeah, they want it to look quite real. It's sort of the opposite of what you see in games today, where every character's just sort of got that cutesy design. There we go. Getting the blue pan and get out of there. Shooting the breaker box darkens the whole building now, not just one floor. Ah. There we go, through the window. That's one way to announce your arrival. I mean, you might not want to tell your boss you just did that. But, I mean, you can. Points. I do. And there we go. Shooting the breaker box has darkened the whole building. But not stopped the lift from working. Also the doors aren't dark when they open. But, and then once again the lights come back on because there must be some sort of backup power. You won't question who does it for. Too much. Let's get the data. Seems a bit overkill. Ooh. Ooh, nope, nope, don't like those. I picked the wrong strategy for dealing with these. Yeah, visually, it reminds me a lot of the Outboxes. But as you see, the game has sort of changed from being just elevator action now to being a bit more run and gun like. I think maybe that's kind of one of the things that I didn't get when playing this. I was expecting more of a direct follow-up, and then it just sort of does this. But I can also see why people like that. I was reminded a little bit of Flashback on the Amiga and Mega Drive. I guess because of the general style of the character animation. Doesn't play similar. Elevator gave you some issues because the closer you got to correct, you'd find something else that broke. Do you think it's correct now? Why? Or are there still issues you're aware of with Elevator? I think we will probably look at a game that does still have issues in a bit too. But maybe before we switch tools. I don't know. We'll play this one for a little bit longer now. It'd be nice if it told you how much longer you have to spend on those sections, but again, that's a game design issue, not an emulation issue. Let's put another coin and play a little bit longer. Get down there to the red door. I assume he's going the long way around. Or not? The other long way round. Yeah. The shame the Flashback sequel is so bad. I was looking forward to that, but anybody's played the new Flashback game and liked it, let me know, but it seems like a mess. Yeah, you could have it does feel in some ways similar. It's not gameplay wise, just visually, animation wise. You know, I could see if this had got a home adaptation to the Amiga, then maybe trying to rebrand it as Flashback spin-off. But it didn't, and that's just an alternate history that never happened. Okay. Portion in the middle of the screen. Oh yeah, you wrote that, don't you?
Crush the old order and create a new society!
Mission 3, Colours of Night. Some more big chunky zoomed in pixels. It's the F3 hardware. Awesome. Darken the whole building for a little bit. Let's go up the lift. Yes, we can't go that way yet. Oh. Going the right way. Yes, unfortunately, this is one of those games where you do have to shoot dogs. Right, so let's go on the central chamber. You do want to go there. This is a door. You need to go through. Elevator soon. In game elevators. Kind of. Just don't question the actual building layouts because they are not practical. So we'll play till the end of this level. And see the main improvements, I would say, with all these lighting effects that now work. They're the most noticeable things, and I think there's some blending improvements between levels and things like that too. Again, somebody slightly more familiar with the game could probably point them out better than me. You got me now? And there is a newer elevator action game. I can't remember what it's called, but it had actual elevator doors on the front of the cabinet, in front of the screen. It was a weird little novelty. They would open and close as you went between floors. Other than that, I think it was a fairly generic sort of first-person style shooter. Oops. Pay attention, do not stand under lifts. Yes, you see the city sweeping in the background. I mean, I thought those Mega Drive attempts at doing sort of a first-person shooter were alright. Bloodshot on the Mega Drive is a bit weird though, because it just seems to use corrupt memory as a texture. I think the Mega CD version doesn't, but the actual normal Genesis release just has a random piece of memory as a texture, which looks terrible. And the Zero Tolerance games, I mean, they were alright for the time. The Mega Drive's not really designed to do that type of thing. Some might say the Wolfenstein sort of clone area in Toy Story is better than any of the standalone games that try to do it, but I don't know. I'm not that big of a fan of that Toy Story game. Everything just seems too big, too imprecise. I will acknowledge it just looks very good technically for a Mega Drive title. Yeah. Can I just have a jetpack and pretend it's Funky Jet? Feels a little bit unfair. Oh, you're talking about the buildings look like they fall down immediately. Yeah, probably. I seem to quite remember liking that corporation game, but I don't know why. It technically probably wasn't very good at all. Mission 4, Under the Crack. So, the way it fades to show the interior of the buildings like that, and in this case the train, is rather neat, has to be said. And it fades back and you see the front of the train. Again, good use of the F3 hardware. But this will be my last life on this. Let me up there. Does not let you jump up and try and climb. Holy shit. Door. I just fell down there. And that's me dead. Well, not completely dead then. Here we go. It's just a bonus there for bonus points, I want them. I think. And I guess I have to kill these enemies when we are. No, just keep going. No, keep going, sorry. I'm mistaken. Bonus items are hidden but still appeared in front of the thing I went behind. Assuming that's just how it is and this is not meant to fade because, you know, the fade effects generally work in this. Exploding kind-ons. Ooh, let's just get halfway cooking. That's a one down the pipe earlier. Actually, no, I'm just going to keep out the way.
I'll get you next time.
I'll get you next time. Oh. I do have grenades if I press both buttons. I keep forgetting to use those. There we go. That was a bit of elevator action returns where you can see visual improvements, of which there are many. Not bad, no comments. So, yeah, if you want to play that with better quality emulation, definitely check out MAME 0.266 because, well, it's a big improvement. Now, before we move on to anything non-F3 for a little bit, let's have a look at one where the emulation hasn't yet improved, to my knowledge. At least not enough. I'm going to be a bit cheeky. I'm going to service mode, configuration, difficulty, very easy, or just easy. Yeah, just easy. Okay. So I may ask for some real footage of this actually, just to see what some of it's meant to look like and how in sync some of the sprites are meant to be in this. But this is International Cup '94, which is one of Taito's football games, which went by many names and seem to differ depending on the region you're in. In Japan, they tended to be known as Hat Trick Hero, but not even always there. But International 94 is, I think, one of the mid-entries in the series. So we choose our team. Choose that one. Let's pick the UK. This is what, you know, that's you can see why Taito made so many of these, because their football champ game was ridiculously popular over here. I mean, it was one of the most popular arcade games of the time, and so they clearly had a market for these things, these over-the-top football games where you can beat up the other players and beat up the referee, and yeah, it's what SNK were trying to capitalise on with the Super Sidekick games, I think. This market Taito had created for very silly over-the-top football games. Now I do need to score a goal, which I'm failing to do so far. But we will get there eventually. And eventually the referee takes action against me. Football Champ is a fantastic game. Yeah, a lot of people liked it. I mean, it was just good arcade fun, really, wasn't it? I just think. Okay. So, just silly things like that happen in it. Doesn't want me to score a goal, does it? I didn't even see my commit that foul. I'm doing everything except score goals here. Time up. Okay, we'll continue. Okay, we can do a penalty kick. Not really what I wanted, but you get the idea? Oh yeah, this power meter, you have to press it at the right time. That's one thing with football games, is there's definitely no consistency between them in how penalty kicks are implemented. Every game went its own way. It's just a look, really. Again, they've gone for fairly realistic looking player graphics on these. Oh, yeah, yeah, that was bad. Wasn't concentrating. Right, I saved that one. And I fail. So yeah, the choosing to do the penalty kick is going to give you a very quick credit because it doesn't last very long. If you notice, there seems to be some disalignment between the goals, the goal graphics, and the top and bottom of the goals. The nets, which is a bit weird. You can see it's better in the stills. I don't know why that seems misaligned. I don't know if it's misaligned on real hardware. It looks a bit odd. I'm going to guess it is misaligned on real hardware. But I'd like to see some footage to know for sure. Oh, come on. At some point, I will score a goal. The main issue with this, though, is the replays, which I want to show you as just a bit. The replays are still very broken. That means I have to score a goal. And scoring goals are clearly not my thing. We will get there. I'm as bad at this as I am at actual football. But super shot. And it still doesn't go in. Maybe this version is just ridiculously unfair. Let's continue and play a normal game again. Oh, the replays are very broken if we get them. That's the fun part. And it's such a weird looking bug. But I want to show them so that when they do get fixed, I can show the comparison. Okay. The fight. Throw in, that's not what I want to do. I just need to score a goal. Really, thing that shouldn't be so incredibly challenging, but is. Super goalkeeper. Just throw it at the kick at the crowd then. I have scored a goal in this game before. I promise. There we go. Finally scored a goal. But yeah, watch the replay and everything just moves in really weird, broken ways. What on earth is going on? I don't know how it does that. The sprites just sort of slide across out the way and that's really, really weird. I don't know how it could possibly be broken in that way. So, yeah, whatever happens on the replay, I don't know if it's meant to be not updating the frame, the buffer for some frames or what. But clearly, it's not meant to be sliding sprites all over the place. Time up, and I won. Red card. The red cards are rare in this game, Cal. You have to know that to get a red card, you have to do something pretty extreme, like maybe you drop a nuclear bomb on the other team. I'm not sure. Oh dear, I have let in a goal. There are no replays for letting in a goal. You do not get to see the wonders of the computer's ability to score. Now I remind you, I did put this game on easy. The easiest difficulty. I'm assuming that, you know, that Taito must have thought people were getting too good at these football games, so just up the difficulty, took away a lot of the easy scoring techniques. Or at least changed them significantly enough that people had to relearn them. Yeah, it's very easy to power people off the ball too when you're just trying to do some other stuff. Hey, Bossy. Corner kick. Go! And yeah, same state. But yeah, look at the replay. Look, everything's just jittering about and jumping about and going completely nuts. What on earth is going on? I mean, you can have a look at that again. Play the save state. But what's happening to the sprite register? Yeah, that's weird. So it's as if it's probably not meant to be drawing most of the frames it's drawing because everything is just in the wrong place. But then the field scrolls smoothly. So is it meant to be buffering sprites and things? Is it meant to be slow motion? Is it meant to change the interrupt frequency at this point? I really don't know, but it's drawing weird partial spriteless and sprites in the wrong place and all sorts. It's very weird. Maybe it's just I really don't know. It's just weird. I mean, why are the sprites in the wrong position in the first place, even in sprite memory? Why do they slide across? It's a very odd bug. Unless it's a CPU emulation bug, but I doubt that. Anyway. Yeah, that's just one of the ones that's not improved yet, but I thought I'd show it so that if it does get improved, I can show the improvement at a later date. Oh yeah, you run around on the names here, the letters. Very weird way to do the high score. There you go. Right. What do I fancy playing? Something more relaxing. Okay, let's not do F3 for a bit. Let's go for a much simpler game. Let's go with plotting. One of the Z80 based games Taito did on the L system. So, yeah. This is a game where you basically match pieces. You throw a piece and then it clears the same piece and you would turn your cursor into the piece behind it. It's a puzzle game. It got ported to a number of systems at the time. It was relatively popular when it came out. But, it's got two very distinctly different versions. There's this one, which is it's kind of meant as a dedicated single-player game, but then they also released a version for sort of cocktail tables. And that's got tiny graphics as opposed to full-screen graphics. So, yeah, a curious one. Oh, okay. But yeah, if you end up with pieces you can't use, then you will get it will say miss and you will lose. So don't do that. I'm not especially good at this, as you can probably see. Let's move that piece. Let's move that piece. You've only got to clear a certain number of blocks, not the entire stage, luckily. So no, there were no emulation improvements to this one. I just fancied playing something different for a little while. Oh yeah, and the shape at the top changes too, so you can't always hit every column you think you might be able to hit. Which is a little bit mean and a little bit sneaky. So, you know, I can't hit the second column in this case because there's no way, no way to adjust my aim to that specific one. Sneaky, as you can see. Music is derpy. Yeah, it is a little bit. The animation's not as smooth as you would have maybe expected either. I think this was probably done on a very low budget. If you want a really derpy version of this, play the Korean Castle of Dracula game. And that is super derpy. Yeah, I can't hit those Taito blocks. I can still hit that one though, can't I? Yes. Oh. I failed. Red one. So we'll play a few stages of this, then probably a different puzzle game. Oh, now it's got special blocks up here that's going to change the path even more, you see, to get in the way. It gradually gets more and more complex. Anyway, just a second. I'll be back in a second. Sorry about that. I am back. Oh, I didn't manage to pause it. I forgot what the cause was. So, well, at least you got some music while I was gone. Okay. Can you get off that? Yeah, that one there. Oh, look, the timer is now in the middle of the screen because I'm running out of time. I will probably run out of time, in fact, because I've given myself an extra time. You have no next move. Oh, yes. Game over. Yeah, the Amiga music by Tim Follin. Yeah, ZX Music, Jonathan Dunn. Again, very odd name entry. Tim Follin did do some very good soundtracks. Sadly, he did announce the passing of his brother, I believe, the other day, which was sad to hear. But yes, Tim's soundtracks tended to be very good. Also, that you can go through those things. Okay. Right, okay, let's play a different type of puzzle game then. Let's play a bit of a Puznic instead. So, you think there was a Neo Geo puzzle game that was unreleased and undumped because the development crazy? I don't know which one you're talking about, Lo-Fi Kills. So yeah, around the same time, it's a bit loud. Taito did also do Puznic, which again got quite a lot of home ports and imitations. We'll give it a play. So, Puznic is the one where you slide blocks to match tiles, and it had many imitations. I think we'll be okay, yeah. I think YouTube's rules are that as long as it's not sexual, it can be artistic, I believe, according to YouTube's rules. So we will see if we're fine or not. But yes, if you don't like adult content, maybe avert your eyes. The first levels are all quite easy. You never have uneven numbers of blocks. Crazy Bricks. There's similar games on most platforms for Minius. Yeah, Bricks. I mean, there's an arcade game called Brixian, which was by Shale, who would later become Semicon. Again, that's kind of similar. And there were similar games on quite a few plug-and-play systems. It seems it was a copied thing to copy. Now we've got these lifts coming into play. Now you see we've got 3. So you have to make sure to match all 3 together, otherwise you will fail the level. So if we go like that, and then like that, we failed the level because we've only got one of those, you see. Although we've not technically failed because we do have the bomb power up if we're cheeky and just want to, you know, cheat our way through the level. Not really cheating, but I failed to complete the level properly and had to use one of my bombs, which is not the best. Okay, if we get rid of that, then you can see the diamonds are in a line, so you can get rid of all 3 together and you don't have to waste a bomb in this level. How does this one work? So this one we have to not do that. You know, I need to retry. Mess that up. You have to build a tower to get them across, so you have to go like that, and like that, then like that, and then we can match those over there. You see, it just starts to become a little more puzzly at this point in time. Now this one, for some reason, they divided it into 2 areas, but I mean, I don't really know why. not exactly challenging down there, is it? This level was easier than the previous ones. Hello, welcome. Hope you're doing well. Good to see you. What am I doing on this level? So, let's try it that way. I think it might say milk. Maybe it's according to cow. I'm going to do this one. What moves? Oh, this looks fun. Nope. Here's a retry. It requires precise timing of when to drop the block down. Oh, joy. Oh. And then you have to keep moving it. I've got no retries left. And only one bomb. Oh dear. Well, I have failed. I did not really... Yeah, you have to manually keep moving it, so we can't clear. Okay, yeah, I know. Continue. Nah, let's not continue. Let's get back to some F3 games. Yeah, there are far more difficult levels that come in every now and again. Mystic Wand. Possibly. I don't know. Some of these stories do get exaggerated a bit, lo-fi kills. But anyway, that was a bit of Puznic. Again, say that got ported to a bunch of things. Fairly fun game, if you like that type of thing. Let's go with an absolute classic of a Taito F3 game in Darius Gaiden. Now, I don't specifically know which parts have improved in this. Oh, slightly loud. But, we'll let the intro play. Unlike previous games in the series, this is only a single screen. I have to say, it would have been quite impressive to have seen them do a 3-screen version of this, but they did not. So I don't think the intro's changed at all, but we'll watch it anyway. There we go. Darius Gaiden. Fish. No chips, just fish. So let's come up. This does benefit from auto fire, but don't play it like that. You're not died in the first second of the game. Or maybe start as you need to go on. Yeah, auto fire is handy because if you hold down fire, it's not as fast as if you rapidly tap fire. And some of these, oops, I pressed the wrong button. Some of these enemies are almost Euro shoot 'em up bullet sponges, which is surprising. We really need that rapid fire. You see, these games make use of all sorts of features. And unless you cover every stage, you're probably not going to see all the improvements. That doesn't mean we're not going to have a bit of a blast playing it. I'm failing badly because I'm paralytic at the same time. Don't know to soundtrack with actual vocals. Oops. It's just using like my special weapon. I do feel this has a slight feel of a Euro shoot 'em up though. As to some of the Ivan games. You play something like Mr. Heli, and it does feel a bit more like a Euro shoot 'em up. And even even R-Type really, which is probably why it's so popular over here. You like the Japan Rebalance, the extra version? Yeah, I'm not really overly familiar with each of the versions, but I have heard good things about the extra version. And laser charging, get out way. And still attack with the bombs at that point though. And yes, it pushes you back with the window plate there. And there we go. Push you can blow into pieces. And where should we go? Should we go down here? Zone A is over. Rushing into Zone C. What we go. Again, very good use of the line effects here. I mean, this is just a really good demonstration of what F3 could do. So while I might not be showing any specific improvements in this one, because I don't really know the zones in which they happen, I think Bob said actually the new video does show some of the specific improvements. If you want to check that out, but I don't really know where they are, so I'm just playing this game as a bit of a demonstration of F3 in general and what it could do, which is lots of very pretty effects. Oh. Yeah, you've got to play with auto fire. It's obvious you have to. I don't know why they designed it like that. Maybe they just really wanted to wear your fingers out. Multi-segment boss there. Well, not boss, but enemy. Warning, a huge battleship, King Fossil, is approaching fast. Again, look at the fades between the colours and the layers and all this fancy stuff. Isn't it pretty? I mean, Taito did do this kind of effect even before F3 system. If you look at Metal Black on F2 style hardware, it's using a lot of fancy line scroll effects too. So you know, these are techniques they built up over time, and acknowledged as important to their presentation style. Which is why F3 is a very Taito system. They like their line effects and their blending effects, and they made a system that was really good at them. They love their music and again put the best possible audio chips they could afford at the time into the F3 system, and even the PlayStation based hardware they did afterwards also had these audio chips and even slightly upgraded versions of the sound system. So you know, Taito did invest where the skills of their developers, both graphic and sound, we showed off. Okay, attack this bit down here, down here. Boom. Blending. Where are we going to go? Let's Go to E. I think, yeah, this is the level that shows off some of the improvements that were made previously on F3, not the recent ones, but the previous batch of improvements. You've got the shading on the rolling barrel here. Not one of the recent improvements, but you know, an improvement from some time ago. Which again makes quite a big difference to how this looks, because previously, in much older MAME versions, that just looked really flat. Now it just has a sort of depth to it. Not doing very well there. Yeah, I mean, if you've not even brought up the MAME in the last sort of couple of years, then that might be new to you too. Even if I did show that off on a previous stream, maybe a year or two ago, when it was improved. Again, that effect is used there to again give a bit of depth to the tunnel, and there's some nice blending as you get into it. Yeah, Batman and Robin on the Genesis did use quite a lot of fancy effects there, especially, you know, lines flowing, column scroll. I don't think F3 does much in the way of column scroll, actually. It's got its rotation, but I'm not sure it's got column scroll. At least I can't remember any column scroll effects in the hardware. Start raining stuff in. Yeah, found its bomb spamming the bottles. There's one. Oh, not over yet. Oh, get sucked in if you do that. Mini fish. So there we go. Seems the light come out, and boom! Where do you want to go? There or there? Ooh, let's go there. Warp effect. And that's one of the effects that's new. That trail effect on the sprites. That was previously missing when it left the sprites on the screen. But that is how we know for sure that the sprites are frame buffer based, is because at that point in time they decide not to clear the frame buffer and just leave everything on the screen. Now we are actually doing a stage while in the weird warp effect. It's very weird. Warning. Ooh. Neon light illusion. I think that blend effect down there is one of the new things that works too, from memory, on the sort of shadow of the boss. Ooh, nope. Looks like it's straight out of Chimera Beast, the Jellico prototype. Dear me. Yeah, I'm not good at this game, as you can probably tell. All games in general. Yeah, there were some nice effects going on. I'd say it's really good to see F3 emulation improve this much. Very, very trippy effects now. Where do we have to attack it? The back? Not sure where we're attacking this thing anymore. Not there. Yeah? We're down here, yeah. This is the bottom one. The bottom one is still active. There we go. Next stage. There's a lot to avoid. Including these lasers that sort of... Your hitbox isn't as tiny as you might like it to see. It's quite tricky avoiding things. It's not really bullet hell in that sense. So where are we going now? We're there. Drifter Zone M. Yeah, you can thank Y in the chat, Mick, for the improvements. They've been working with at least one other person to get this done, and yeah, say F3 and MAME is much better. Weirdly, when I was testing some stuff earlier, though, I was testing Arabian Magic the other day, and I managed to crash the actual game and softload the game twice on the first stage, which was a bit weird because I don't really know how that can be down to the improvements. I might have just somehow found some bugs in the game, which I unfortunately triggered several times. Titanic Lance. Yeah. But 12 rewrote sprite rendering and figured out with the blending plates. Hey Dragon, welcome, I hope you're doing well. This is the Titanic Lance. Okay, that's clearly not where you're meant to go to avoid that laser. Destroyed that part of the type. Now we've just got bendy lasers coming out of it. Hey! I didn't feel fast enough to avoid those. Whoa, yeah. Multi-segment thing. The segments are slightly out of sync, but it's possible that's just how the game is. You probably wouldn't notice that with hardware. It could be a slight timing issue. Oh, bomb spam! Why not? I've probably been playing this a little bit longer actually. I should probably move on to another game. Not doing any vertical games yet, so yeah, I think next we'll look at a vertical F3 game. And also, if anybody has any non-F3 Taito games they'd like me to look at as a break between the F3 ones, as we had a look at some of the L system puzzles earlier, then please let me know. I mean, it doesn't have to all be F3 games. This is just a Taito stream. It doesn't even have to all be arcade games if there's any interesting type of material on a console. You would like to have a look at the Fairyland Story. Yeah, let me have a look at the Fairyland Story in a bit. Probably do at least one more F3 game before that. Yeah. Launch the sharks. Rumba Lumber, that's a fun one, yeah. Rumba Lumber and the Fairyland Story. I believe they both run on the same driver too. Rumba Lumber is excellent. That's one of those I'd like to see in some modern compilations. Every game's... not every game, but lots of shooters have these big battleship bosses. Shoot off all the segments. There's obviously no exception. Shoot the grave? The sprain of the ship, I don't know. Oh, okay. Homing lasers. Okay. Not it? Nope, that's not it yet. Nope, we just want to get another phase of this. This one takes a lot of hits. Oh, there we go. Hey, Atom, welcome. Hope you're doing well. You're trying to get Baby Pac-Man to work on Visual Pinball. I can't say I've got much experience doing that myself, Dragon. I have played a Baby Pac-Man. They have one at Play Expo, and I'm assuming it'll be there this year. I will be going to Play Expo this year. I've booked my stay at the Nordrec once more, so wish me luck. Spending looked a bit odd there, but maybe it's correct. Well, this is very metal black, isn't it, with the desert scape. Fish friend? Electric Yo-Yo. Ah, yes, I remember that one. That was a very fast-paced game. Quite tricky. I think that's one of the... Is that one of the Taito American developed ones? I think it might have been. Warning, you have died. Use battleship. Deadly Crescent. We should really do Rainbow Islands at some point too, of course. Even if I'm terrible at it. And maybe Parasol Stars, even though no, it's not anything out there. Okay, the bomb effect colours change doesn't really work on this scene very well, but again, I guess that's just how it is on the hardware. It's using the layers or something else, so it can't flash them as well. I'd assume the hardware is the same here. I mean, I say assume, and somebody might have to test it, but when you're doing this many effects on levels and you've used your layers at something else, it's kind of understandable that maybe the odd effect, like a bomb effect, doesn't quite hit correct. I did a Dragon 32 stream a while back at Extreme Rec. In fact, I think I did a pair of them. Using MAME. Bomb. Okay, yeah, after this boss, I should probably move on to another game. I've just been enjoying the fancy effects, but yeah. I've only seen one effect I know is new on this game, which is the sprite trail effect on that one zone. M2 port of what works fine? Zone X. Zone X. So we're entering Twitter, are we? Standard clouds, and yeah, we'll call it that. That was a bit of Darius Gaiden. Yeah, there was a big kludge. There were a few kludges for Darius, I think, including something where it was overwriting memory and like. So yeah, it's definitely good to see the code significantly cleaned up now. Let's play one where there's some minor improvements. Nice little puzzle game. Oh, say puzzle? Yeah, I guess you'd call it puzzle. Icky Kai Kai. I've still not managed to get past the first boss on that. I'm terrible at it, Carly. This is a Super Ted game on Dragon 32. I don't know that much about the Dragon 32 really. I've not researched it around. Now this Puchi Carat game has some blending effects now present that were previously missing. They're quite subtle, so it's easy to understand if you don't really see them. But yeah, this is the one that is a bit like things like Taito Rap Lop and Ghost Lop and the like. The European box art is absurd, is it? Like quite a few Taito box arts. But yes. 1997. One of the later games on the system. But it's sort of a mix of Arkanoid and other things. Where you're dropping off blocks, which is why I say it reminds me of Ghost Lop and the like. Just again, you're doing that there, except now you're doing it with square blocks, not balls. Player versus computer rather than puzzle mode. So let's get going. Who do we want? Shall we shiced? We shiced. This game moves looks MVS. Maybe a little. There's probably a bit too much blending going on, but yeah, one of the things that was missing before was is the blending at the bottom of the screen there. So if you see underneath your character portraits, the bottom part of the screen is slightly darker. That effect was missing previously and is now emulated. It's rather sensitive on the mouse controls. Yes, the the position you hit the ball on the bat really matters on this one. It directly affects the angle it goes at, so you do have to be quite precise in your positioning. Because if you miss, it drops things down more quickly, and yeah, you end up failing like I just did there. I'm actually going to turn the where is it these days? Sensitivity down a little bit here. I found that was a bit too high. Button 1. What do you need to map? Use, I don't think this uses all the buttons, but yeah, the F3 games still map all the normal inputs even when they don't use them, which is a bit unusual, but that decision was made a long time ago. So even games that use a spinner for some reason still map the joystick, and same for the games that don't use the spinner, they map the spinner. I'm not really a choice I'm keen on, but okay, the computer obviously was a bit silly there. Yeah, the blending is on the bottom now, which just makes the this bottom of the screen a little bit darker. Not a major thing, although if this was an MVS game, they would have to hardcode that effect, because the MVS cannot do blending of any kind whatsoever. And if you want to compare just how much of a downgrade the MVS was compared to F3, just look at that Puzzle Bobble 2 port and then play the proper F3 version and see how many little things had to be changed or cut out to get it on the Neo Geo. It's a little bit embarrassing. The F3 version is a lot prettier. And the F3 version is that's not even using F3 to anywhere near its capacity. Yeah, just lock bits off and pack the computer that way. You can, you can select joystick in this one, can you? Okay, interesting. I don't think I'd want to play this on joystick. But yeah, that would explain why the joystick's still mapped here then, if you can play with both. I mean, the MVS, I'd say I'm not the biggest fan of the hardware. I know it's good. I know a lot of people like it, but it's kind of limited. If you look at what some of that F3 here could do, it is light years ahead. Obviously, it's a new platform, so you'd expect that. But geez, I'm getting really attacked quite badly here. Yeah. Nope. That's my own fault. Missed the ball too often. So yeah, there's not much to show in terms of improvements on that one, but it's still an enjoyable game. Let's show one that I'm terrible at. Before we do some... Let's have a look at the command for prototype. It just boots to a black screen. No usual countdown, black screen, mosaic effect was missing before, and then straight into the attract mode. Now this game wasn't released, and if you try playing this game, yeah, it becomes quite easy to see why it wasn't released. It does not play how you'd want an arcade game to play. And that's the politest way I can really put it. Super special battle and war game. Developed by the same team that did Riding Fight. Riding Fight is definitely the better game. This wants to be two things at once, and doesn't really succeed at being either. Yeah, it does look more like a Saturn game, doesn't it, Atom? Yeah. One of the improvements, I don't know if it's in this batch or the previous batch, is that the map in the windows down there clips correctly now. Previously that would display over the whole screen and it looked terrible. I think that was the previous batch of improvements, but still it's worth showing it off because there are other improvements like the mosaic effect there working. Yeah, let's have an amateur. So yeah, we can buy some units. Look, we just bought 2 units with all that money. So yeah, we can move units or something. I'm not sure. I mean, I can select my units and tell them to move in a different direction. So yeah, I'm sort of controlling my units on this little map right now, on this little grid. Oh look, and that they collided over there. So now, now we have a battle. And that becomes a fighting game. But I lost. I mean, I've got to find a unit on the map to select. And no, you go that way now. So yeah, you start heading in that direction. You also head in that direction, okay? What are we doing? Oh no, you go you go that way. You can intercept that. No, you go that way. Oh, okay. Apparently we're in a battle again. Oh, our jets are. So now it's a shoot 'em up fighting game. Look how far that zoomed out this is. This is very, very silly. I win because I've been able to shoot the enemy tank from long range with my jet. We go that way. We go that way. Oh yeah, got another battle. What are we battling? I think it's the plane again. No, oh, it's these. I win again. Yeah, strategy games generally don't work in arcades, so I've claimed that apparently. Interesting. You can see the overall map over there, but it's not that easy to make use of. So if I want you to go up, I want you to go that way. So now it's showing me a different preview. Go that way so we can get an attack. Yes, hopefully we get now this. Okay. Look, this isn't the best thing to use against us. Because my flame attack's kind of useless. At least that attack is. What am I doing? Okay, super attack. I don't know what attack that was, but I won. It was a super attack. But it's definitely a bit more playable. The front line, the first front line is cleared. Okay. Like a fake video game. It is a bit, isn't it? Go to the next front line. Okay. So we don't really have much money, unfortunately. This doesn't even let me spend the money I had, apparently. I don't know. Oh, it's changed map and changed colours. You can keep going that way. What are my planes doing? Go that way. Keep going that way. Go down. Okay, we've got a plane versus plane. Okay, and I lost because that was nonsense. I think the music's really good. I mean, oh, what we'll fight now? Is it plane versus plane again? Yep. But you've not got much health to start with, so there you go. Because you don't, the enemies, I know they needed you as far as I remember, to cover your health. So now you can go that way. What's coming this way? Bye. So, I'm not saying at the bottom of the screen, but okay, there is another enemy over that side of the map, apparently. And you can see my credits lasting far too long for an arcade game. This does not feel like an arcade game. You can see why. When it's an inputs list, yeah. Can you keep in? The second front line is cleared. This is a mess, yes. It is. It's easy to see why it got cancelled. It would have been better done on a system. But yeah, it really isn't letting me actually spend my money on new pieces. Then again, I've not lost any pieces. That's probably why, isn't it? I still got the units I bought before. So, Death Square? What's the Death Square? Oh, it's a trap. I should have known that, shouldn't I? Roll on to you. Keep going that way. So I feel somewhat overpowered. Except this character, this one seems rubbish. Yeah, I'm not surprised at this. That character was terrible. So the enemy walked on the trap. Which one are you fighting? The jet. Okay. The jet's good at range, you're not that close. Oh, 2 battles, because there's both characters up in person. Which means I win. Why are they cliff? They're the Northern Lights. I think. We have plenty of those in the UK. The third front line is cleared. You see, I'm not even playing this game well, and apparently I've cleared 3 levels. Oh, now I can buy something because yeah, I lost one of my things. Let's get another dragony thing. But, yeah, you get the idea. I think I'm just going to lose the rest of these matches. You can see a weakness of the FP system, I think, and the top line's not quite got the right scoring, but let's just lose on purpose. No hands. Oh. Psychic Force 2012 will load, but I think you have to press a key. But it runs too slowly to want to play it. Yeah, you get, again, that's probably one of the reasons this didn't go anywhere. They probably couldn't work out how to make it into a concise enough game for arcade use. I mean, even if I'm doing nothing, I'm still getting extra minutes on this court, you know what I mean? Time up. Player 2 wins by life better. And again, I mean, you've got to lose your whole team. It's too fair for an arcade game. You would have thought maybe you'd only be allowed to lose twice in total and you then have to put another coin or... But I'd say it's an early prototype, so they hadn't balanced it for arcade play yet. Jumbo Godzilla, I think that's just another one of those ticket redemption games from the NES. You failed your duty. I did indeed. There we go. Game over. Now, I did say I'd play Rumba Lumber, didn't I? So, yes, let's do that in the Fairyland Story. What a weird high swearing system. Everything about this game is just weird. Wonder if there's a later version. I mean, if there is, we'll probably never see it, but who knows. It's just an elaborate game over sequence now. Is this the track demo? I don't know. Do it rock. I think the program's just having fun at this point. What even is this? Oh, it's just a different track demo. Okay. Fine. 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 Yeah, it's a funny intro apparently. So yeah, Command War. It's improved since a few years ago at least, and the mosaic effect now works. So again, you get to see some F3 improvements in that one. Let's play let's play Rumba Lumber for a little bit. It's not one of the improved games, but I like it. So. Rumba Lumber. Much earlier game. This one also has donuts that kill you, or in fact you kill them with them. But in this case they're stone donuts. Yes, this is a caveman mazy thing. A little bit reminds me a little bit of Pengo and the sort of making your own maze as you go by clearing things out. Or like Checkman, even you do that and that. It's one of that type of game. But yes, the bird only flies over trees, and basically you've got to trap the bird in a small area of trees or mushrooms, because apparently mushrooms are as big as trees. By picking up the stone donuts and throwing them and chopping down trees. Actually, one of my favourite little old. That's the wrong way. That's not what we're planning. But we're still. Dig Meats kicks, you feel. Get yourself to the wheel and then give it a throw. And the idea is really to cut off the area in which the bird can move. But don't get too close because you will have fire breathed on you. And also, yeah, you're being chased by things like that dinosaur there. Uh-huh. Can we trap them? Nope. I'm a bit out of practice at this one. Very out of practice at this one. Oh, that will do. That is the worst I've ever done at the first level. Dig to put trees. Kind of. No, I'm actually making this game look a lot harder than it is. See, that's far easier, you know. I managed to clear that level very quickly. So it's about cutting off the paths using the wheels and stuff. Also, try to cut off the ways across the screen as well. The cloud is not your friend. And stop the enemy using the exits, that's always handy. And I cut down the tree with the bird on, which is, again, a quick way to get to the stage. Let's see, trap. Oh, no, avoid. Failed to avoid. Let's see, trap the enemy down in the corner. There we go. Cutscene. I think before the MCU was emulated properly, the cutscenes didn't play. But that's an old fix. Too close. Game over. There is no continue, so back to the first stage. We will give another credit. There we go. We're on 4 trees. Oh, I forgot the wheels do fall in the river, and you can't wrap around the sides. Yeah, there are a few quirks like that that you do have to keep in mind. Yeah, if you chop down the tree directly with the bird on, that also beats the level. Like that. I like this. I mean, the problem is maybe there are some strategies that make it a bit too easy if you know them. But I still think it's good fun. Yeah, the rocks there will... Oh, you can't open that. Yeah, sometimes you have to defend yourself using the... There you go. And I don't know what that was, but it got me. Yeah, you probably just connection drop dragon. Space Cyclone. Yeah, that's a good one. I mean, it got a release on one of the modern Taito collections, at least Taito collections. So you can ride the rapids. Oh, there we go. That was a lucky shot, actually. But yeah, we've seen other themes now. They do just loop around with different stages designs with more enemies. But yeah, we've seen basic things. But this is an 80s game. It's a very rare one. Nope. I guess it's a mole, isn't it? It got me. Unfortunately, I've got nothing to help me now. This is probably where my run ends. Oh yeah, the plants regrow, they get watered. That's what the rain cloud is there, the storm. It's a pterodactyl, yes, that breathes fire. I'm just calling it a bird because it's easy to say bird than pterodactyl all the time. Look at the cute little logo with the various elements from the game. Oh yeah, I like that one. I mean, not many people know about it, but I do kind of like it. I did also say I'd take a look at Fairyland Story. Here we go. An early Taito single screen platformer where you drop cake on enemies. And there's a cute dragon. Oh, please look like that. So after you have a cake. There we go. Not the prettiest art in any Taito game, this one, I have to say, but as a game, I kind of like it. You don't get many points if you just do that, but you can clear the levels that way. There we go. Peek on all their heads. Oh, was it one? I think that's just invulnerability for a second though, isn't it? No? Oh, maybe not. What was it then? Or did it just run out? I'm not sure. You have to restart the stage, interestingly. Oh. Okay. I got made little. Unfortunately, I got hit twice, which means game over. Again, no continue, so I'll start again. Oh yeah, and you can get crushed by the cake too. There you go. You shouldn't never get crushed by a giant cake. Oh, I'm playing really badly this time. Neat game, but it's not quite as pick up and play as Bubble Bobble. I'm just going to kill off this life because that was a really bad start. I wonder what the cakes taste like. Chocolatey by the looks of it. Okay, let's just reset and try again. I shouldn't be failing at the first level. The first level is easy. Yeah, I'm trying too hard to do fancy things. Not really working. Let's just push the cake off. Push you and crush you. There we go. Push and crush. Yes, I'm surprised I didn't get any sequels. But, now, one thing I might do after the stream is see if I want to do a quick stream on Twitch. I'm not sure when, because we've still got a fair bit to cover on this one. But if it's not too late, I may switch over to Twitch for a quick stream. Yeah, the Fairyland Story. I want to get back to some F3 games soon then. Get the idea. Early single screen puzzle. What puzzle? Platformer? Not really puzzle, is it? It's platformer. Single screen platformer. You got to round 20. Yeah, once you work out what you're doing, it's not too... yeah, you can do mid-air kills like that too. Quite a clever little game. I definitely prefer this over, say, Rondo to Dawn. Which over here, does he follow me out? Yeah. Let's say you get him out there. Just make sure you're in the right position so he doesn't jump straight back down. Trying to be too clever again. Trying to be far too clever again. Which usually sucks. I mean, there's some good streamers on Twitch. I went to push the cake and I destroyed the cake too early and failed to push the cake. Yeah, I've been patient. Hey, that's Fairyland Story. Let's go all vertical on you again. Go back to a bit of F3. Grid Seeker, Project Stormhammer.
Taito Corporation.
Taito Corporation. The latest MAME did have some touchscreen improvements for the Mega Touch games if you're using an actual touchscreen. Gyrodyne, yeah, developed by Cooks for Taito. I quite like that. This is slightly louder than other games, so let's tune it down a little bit. To catch enemy bullets, the bomb gauge goes up. When it gets to maximum, one bomber stock is added. Now the main issue with this before was the continuous screen was invisible. Okay, we get the idea. Let's just play it. Here we go with a chopper. If you're holding Pi, your options move. If you're tapping Pi, they do not. So, I'm trying to collect the bullets. Now you get extra bombs, basically, by collecting the bullets. I died. Yeah, those little things that just look like explosions will kill you. They're actually bullets, that, but not ones you can collect. I think, anyway. Yeah, they kill you. Avoid them. So now you can see the continue screen, which is handy. Checkpoints? Who ordered checkpoints? Never been my favourite shooter, this. But like many games, it's just have a really good soundtrack. If I change it to the swirly heat-seeking balls. Yeah, this is a little bit average. Not really pushing much to my knowledge. Maybe just later, but I've never stuck with it enough to really find out. This doesn't feel that good as a shooter. Yeah, you know, you die a lot to things you don't really notice. Like then, I didn't really notice what killed me. Some of the bullets really don't stand out. They just look like explosions, and that's annoying. Let's try again. You really always, I mean, the general rule of any shooter is make sure your explosions are, make sure your bullets are really obvious. And when they just look like debris or explosions, as is the case in this one, it does detract quite badly from the gameplay. Yeah. I'm just gonna try and... Again, what killed me? I did not see what killed me. It really annoys me. Those things. Let's take far too many shots for, you know, an early boss. Yeah. Again, I got hit by one of the things I could barely see. Now we get a bit of a line effect here, though. Look, this actually shows that it is an F3 game with its line effects for the height effect on this sort of cliff face here. So that's quite neat. Credit where it's due on that one. Raining clouds? That did look a bit of a weird transition. Better than Master Weapon. Yeah, Master Weapon is just feels horribly unbalanced. If anything, the prototype version of Master Weapon plays better than the final game, which is not something you really want. If your prototype's better than your final game, you tend to have a problem. Again, you've got this illusion of height here, but when the bombs land, it doesn't matter if they're landing on a part that looks higher up or lower down. They land in the same place, so you can tell it's just an illusion of height. The game does this fancy effect, then does its best to just shatter the illusion it tried to create. That's the other side of the prepared to, of course. I thought I corrected that. Again, got by a bullet I barely saw. It's always the red ones, the fireballs, that I miss. Anyway, Grid Seeker, the continuous screen now shows, rudimentary as it appears to be, you can see it, which is important. Gaiden's, and yeah, I mean, there are a lot of times where there's stray sprites and things, so there are probably more improvements than have been reported. You are correct, 12Me21. Psychic Force 2021, is it playable? You can sort of play it. It plays very slowly, but the gameplay logic does run, Dragon. So, yeah, there was that one. Pardon me. What else shall we look at? I don't know if there are any improvements to Pop and Pop. Some of the others. Kaiser Knuckle. I think I'll have a look at Kaiser Knuckle. I think they've got some improvements at some point. Yeah, sometimes Taito did put out games from other people like Toplan and Kaneko Heavy Unit and Slapfight and the like, so both interesting games. And who knows, maybe they would have been the publisher for that Jump Kun game, the prototype. That's actually really good. So Kaiser Knuckle. I believe this previously had issues with the high score table. Now there is a prototype version of an update for this called Daikuga, which is not set as a clone because it was almost a semi-sequel that never got released. So we'll just look at Kaiser Knuckle for now.
Round one. Fight.
So yeah, I don't know if that screen fade we just saw was emulated before, but that looked quite nice. The Psychic Force 2012 ROM did change because some ROMs needed to be redumped. So maybe that's your problem, Dragon. I'll show you that briefly after this game. It's not really one you want to play. There's no sound emulation. It's kind of slow. We have a subscriber. I don't know where I can see that at the moment. But thank you to whoever just subscribed. I appreciate it. So yes, let's coin up this. There's a nice little fade effect, isn't it, between the scenes? So who are we going to play as? Let's play as the dancing master, Raggy. We can select our opponent. Let's play against the mummy Marco. Stage 1, Germany. Archers.
Round 1. Fight.
I think we'll just change those. I don't know if we need them. Yeah, apparently we do. So yes, Taito didn't. Well, Taito wasn't really known for the fighting games in the same way as SNK or Capcom were. You know, this is a pretty reasonable effort. Well animated, big sprites, funky music, ripping off many things, yes. But hey, it's better than Sega did with Burning Rival. One thing I can't cover on this stream yet is a new Taito G-Net dump for a game that has lots of mini games and controls with a steering wheel. It was dumped, this is the Japanese version of it, but it requires a different BIOS ROM that's not dumped yet, so to get it running you have to currently do a lot of weird hackery and it's not been added to MAME yet. Hopefully that will get sorted sooner rather than later, because it would have been nice to stream that one as well.
Round 1.
But I cannot yet. I don't know any moves because I have no move list, so I am just button mashing.
Round 2.
Landmaker's also improved, but it's a few seconds of layer brightness. Yeah, I mean, a lot of the effects are really subtle that, I mean, people probably, until we had good hardware footage, people weren't going to notice. It's one of those things that's, it seemed good for a long time, but there's all the little things. I mean, that screen brightness effect there that happened may not have worked before. You don't really know, and you don't notice unless you've played the games extensively before, played them on PCB, or doing a side-by-side. Just lots of little things. Which is why I say it's sort of 95% there, but that last 5% with the little effect things that are missing took a lot of work for you to actually improve. There we go. I'm dead already. Well, that didn't go so well. There we go. Kaiser Knuckle. Let's get another credit, see what happens. Let's just select a different character. Let's take Bart's. See if we get a different stage, yeah. Oh. And Taito did like to be subtle about the effects and just use the hardware little bits in little places. Look, multi-part stage. I think you only played Elevator Action Puzzle Bubble 3 and Real Hardcore. Yeah, I mean, I remember seeing a cabinet Puzzle Bubble 3. the dancing stage. It's quite rare to see in F3 games these days. I can't remember the last time I actually saw a real cabinet of one. I mean, the last time I remember seeing them anyway was sort of in the late 90s. So around the time some of these were being released. Yeah, boggy, beaten quite easily then. The funky disco lights. So it seems by round 2 this game is know what you're doing or you will fail. It's Boggy the Star beat me. Right, I'm gonna just pop to the other one for a minute.
Round 1. Fight! Round 1. Fight! Round 1. Fight!
Okay. Most arcade things are silly prices these days, unfortunately. Atom, I mean, I was looking at some PGM games to do some tests on, and Kaneko titles to do some tests on, and they are silly expensive. A lot of them. Anyway, I said I would show Psychic Force briefly into World 2012. So let's just show what that actually does in MAME today. Beep, because it's a PC in the background. It should boot. It is missing the wolf logo that's meant to be on startup, unfortunately. It's meant to mix the layers, and that doesn't currently show. But 30% speed. Ooh. It should eventually do something. You own a PV3. That's nice. Having you with the hardware is always a good thing. I mean, things like the multi F3 are quite popular now just because of how unaffordable the original PCBs can be. So there we go. 3D effects. It boots up Glide using standard Glide libraries which display the 3D effects. Splashed like that. Because under the hood, this is just a blooming PC. So there we go. It's currently running at 80% speed, 74%, 75% speed, 72% speed. Not full speed, basically. And there's no sound emulation, so you get the idea. Yeah, it does boot, as you can see. You can coin it up even. Now, there is an undumped English version of this. This is the Japanese set, but an English version has been seen that will need dumping at some point. So it did get released outside of Japan, this one. It's unclear how many of the ROMs would be different, but at some point somebody will have to dump the English version. Wow, we're already 3 hours into the stream. That's certainly flown by. Anyway, let's just let the track run. We're now on 37% speed for the record. I think this got put to the Dreamcast from memory. Which is interesting because, I mean, it's not a Naomi game. It is PC-based hardware. But yeah, this is a third of current top speed at the moment. We'll let it play through and then we'll coin it up. Just want to show what it does, and it's Kale that improved this a while ago. Yeah, before Taito Type X. It's quite unusual to see them using PC hardware at this point. I'm not sure why they did. Obviously, it does give better visuals than the PlayStation-based boards, but seems a bit over the top and a bit unreliable. But yeah, there you go. There's a bit of an how to play, but we'll coin up. Press the start button and choose a character, maybe, possibly. I don't know. It used to let you choose a character. Now it's stuck spinning these things. Okay. Maybe there's been a regression then, because I used to have to start a game this and play some fighting. I'm not sure. For some reason it's decided it's just going to forever spin my character for please now. Oh well, it kind of boots and runs, and maybe I just did something wrong, but you did used to be possible to coin up a player, but that was Psychic Force 2012. Instead, let's actually play a Taito game we know works. It does have a PlayStation 1 port, did it? That's quite interesting. But yes, let's play a bit of Rainbow Islands, the story of Bobble 2. The game where every time it gets re-released now, it does not have the original music, which is a shame. A game to play properly, you have to get all the things in the right order, which actually just makes it not much fun at all. I'm honest. And I've already probably messed up by just not taking full advantage of those enemies there. I'm going to say I needed the red one and not the yellow. I already can't really get the best everything now because I've just picked up one gem in the wrong order. And that is why I actually don't like Rainbow Islands much anymore. It's too punishing in terms of the secrets, which lock half the game behind them. We've got the red one now. But yeah, it's all about the position in which the enemies land after you use the drop a rainbow on them. That way. Which means you just have to carefully plan everything. And you can't, if you just zap the enemies normally with the rainbows, you don't get any damage at all. And yeah. I don't know. That's going to be... The reason Psychic Force 2012 is so slow is because it's a full 200 MHz PC. MAME does not emulate those well. So I only need one colour left, but I've got them in the wrong order anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Oh, yeah, you can do that. I got all the diamonds, but Yes, it's a cool. I mean, I really enjoyed Rainbow Islands as a kid on the Spectrum, where it's not actually very colourful. Well, it is, but the rainbows aren't rainbowy. It's still a colourful game, but compared to the arcade, it's not so colourful. The rainbows, because of how the Spectrum draws things, are just yellow. Another one up. Ooh, one ups. And I lost a life again because, well, I did. Now, I like the idea of the game, I just don't like how cruel the way to actually unlock the final islands and everything is. It just feels unnecessary. And the Aussie guy with a list of games, Ryuko Mitsuji developed for Taito, including this one. You get Super Dead Heat, which was a bit ahead of its time, really. It actually beat Super Sprint to the market with a few different concepts. And Harry's Comet, which is a decent shooter. And Bubble, of course. And I believe non-arcade, there was that Game Gear puzzle game. Magical Puzzle Popples, was it? Something like that? There was one of the Taito F3 games that got promoted to working in the release, but it's one of the quiz games, so it's not the easiest to show off. I may load it anyway, though, because that's a bit of Rainbow Islands. I think we've seen Rainbow Islands before. Oh, there you go. MTJ, his initials, I believe. What? Was MTJ? Is MTJ Mitsuji? I think it was, wasn't it? Wasn't it? Nobody talks about the high school music on Rainbow Islands. Oh yeah, MTJ left in 1989. Yeah. So yeah. Okay, let's bring up the F3 driver again. Which was the one that was promoted to working. I think it was Quiz Hyuu, wasn't it? So this is the one I believe was previously marked as not working that now works. Though I'm probably not going to be able to play it. I think maybe previously some of the questions or things you needed to interact with were invisible from memory, but not sure. Those in the chat who worked on the driver improvements will probably know better. Let's coin it up and be completely unable to play it because I don't know Japanese. Mosaic was used to obscure some guess the object questions. Ah. So it actually has a practical use for mistake. Mosaic. What even are the buttons? Okay. I have no idea what I'm doing. Apart from losing. There we go. Okay. Yeah, the buttons are up and down on this for the choice, I think. So, yeah. Whatever. I don't know. What am I doing? Yes, basically unplayable quiz game. I just wanted to show that it is now marked as working. I was still not having a clue how to play it. This looks utterly ridiculous. Okay, so it's not one. It's not one. Lady is horrified by my lack of knowledge. Yeah. It looks crazy, but honestly, with no understanding of the language, there's no chance I can play this. Hey Game Boy Challenger, welcome, I hope you're doing well. Yeah, it's got that fun, well, Japanese quiz show presentation, hasn't it? Why? More quiz questions, woo. I mean, I could probably download the cheat file and just put an always correct answer cheat on if anybody ever made one. Those are handy. Not every game has them. How many questions do I have to get right? Probably another one. So, I mean, I don't know where this game uses the mosaic effect because, you know, I don't know how to navigate the game. I just seem to be going between question rounds, although, let's... I don't get what I'm even meant to be doing here. What is it even asking me to do? Is it just back to another normal quiz round now? Or do we get something more interesting? Okay. Something down. Level. It's got a board game style to it with different rounds. Yeah, but I don't really know what's going on. Okay. Bonus game. Oh, we do have a bonus game. So yeah, it's probably for the bonus games that make random... Oh, okay. Okay, I see. Oh, okay. Timing? requires a very specific timing to hit these. I think I failed. And then we go just back to quiz, I guess. There are many quiz games on the Game Boy. So most quiz games suck. Unfortunately. I guess this is a pick question category and it's just going to ask me more questions. No. Okay. If it's more questions, I'm just going to quit because, I mean, there's... Yeah, it's just more questions. Okay, you get the idea. That one is now marked as working. This one's a quick one to show. Space Invaders DX version on F3. Now this, outside of Japan, was released for, I think, the F2 system, or was it the B system? But in Japan, the DX version of Space Invaders was released on Taito F3. Space Invaders. But, anyway. I think it's the regular mode, overlay mode. So if you play the overlay mode like this, previously the overlay made the things near enough invisible. And now I think it looks like it's meant to look, or at least it looks very similar to the F2 version. The overlay effect is a bit exaggerated. The gaps between the segments are intentional because it was meant to show that how operators rarely got the pieces of plastic over the screen perfectly aligned. But yeah, now you can actually see the invaders in this mode to play it. Probably not the most exciting thing, but yeah, this was on F3 in Japan rather than the other hardware that it was used, but released on outside of Japan. Yes, it's just Space Invaders, isn't it? It's got a parody mode type thing with New Zealand story characters. This basic mode is just, well, the game you know, and I say rough, but it feels dated. I understand how important it was, but it's not that much fun to play anymore. Oh look, I completed the stage at the same time as dying. That's a double KO. I'm not sure I care that much. I'll just show the parody mode for the sake of it. But yeah, New Zealand story characters. I think it changed it between levels too, but still, it's just Space Invaders with different graphics where it's slightly harder to see everything because the background gets in the way. Space Invaders 95, this is not... I don't know if Space Invaders 95 saw any emulation improvements for the latest batch of fixes. Because that does like to push things in different places in the game. So, again, it's probably one of those where there's some subtle improvements somewhere that nobody's picked up on. They're not even reading the sounds though, this is still the same standard sound effects. Which is a shame. You'd have thought maybe they were going to do the theme or would have new sound effects, but no. This is a kind of minimal effort from Taito. Come on. There we go. So yeah. So now we have the Fairyland Story theme level. We played the Fairyland Story earlier. But yeah, this is how it goes. Just different themes, but still it's Space Invaders. And there we go, game over. I mean, MAME emulates one of the brick games for Minius, but it's a case of a lot of them, there being no way to dump them still. Only one of the technologies people really have worked out a way to dump them, and most of them use different technology. Right, so it was said that Landbreaker had seen some little improvements. So, Landmaker, not Breaker. Landbreaker is the Korean game, which is not the same thing. Okay, puzzle game time. Yeah, well, I think Space Invaders DX was a bit of a waste of F3 hardware there. Hence why it wasn't on F3 outside of Japan. It didn't really need it. Yeah, this is the last game on the platform, as Aussie Guy says. And it's a puzzle game. It also got released on the PlayStation. So... yes, you... it's a bit like if sort of something like Populous was a puzzle game. It's quite odd. Taito did like their puzzle games and puzzle mechanics. Yes, you try and make bigger buildings by creating larger rectangles or squares. And if you hit the diagonals, they vanish. Yeah, the demo is explaining it anyway, so... this game is the reason F3 needs an improvement. I mean, it's a good game. Puzzle Debowling is a little bit similar from Neon and Moss. That's all about firing things and then them going off at angles. You can see a very big house with lots of flowers. Anyway, we'll coin up. We've seen how to play now. So we're doing normal. So this is one of the earlier improvements, was to allow the line effects here to work properly in the different brightnesses. But that's not a current improvement. I don't know who the best character is. Let's be Renki. You can't unsee the Populous board now. No, well, the first time I played this on the PlayStation, I was just reminded of Populous, and that image has never really gone away from me, so... I'm trying to do. I completely forgotten how to play this though. I've not got any strategy left at all. Let's just get rid of that for now. Not there then. There we go, I win. You adore a Landmaker. Yeah, that is often the case. Why? I mean, I'll always say if you want something done, sometimes you have to do the research and do it yourself. Otherwise, you'll be waiting forever. It's what I've had to do quite often with MAME when I wanted to see something improved. Unfortunately, you can't just assume that somebody else is going to do it. You just have to try and work out how to get it done sometimes. So yeah, we can do something a bit bigger here. Yeah, get a very big building there, and we can get rid of that Sphinx. Oh, that's interesting. All of those. There we go, I won again. Yeah, it's definitely an odd design for a puzzle game. But yeah, it's one I do enjoy. I mean, there's quite a few puzzle games I enjoy. I enjoy the Data East, the one that was going to be Piss Off, but never actually officially got released as such. It was STV one. I like that one too. And the Cleopatra Fortune F3 is one of my preferred puzzle games. Yes, that's not how you play. I lost because I did silly things. Another match. I messed this up. Yeah, it suddenly got much harder. Recently bought Taito Milestones 2. Yeah, Taito have done a good job with their recent collections, I think. I used to be much better at this game. What's on you? Those. I should have could survive. That was not useful. Oh. Nope. Anyway. Four screen race. You mean Super Dead Heat, Dragon? Anyway. Yeah. As I said, we've done a stream here, and we've been going on for, well, quite a while now. Let's have to check the time. We've been going on for 3.5 hours. I'm going to take a quick break and then probably switch over to the Twitch channel. I'm going to try and set up a stream there. So, if you're not subscribed on Twitch, please go over to Twitch and subscribe there. Otherwise, thank you everybody who's been on the stream. It's been really good to see everybody. But yeah, I'm going to take a little break and then I'll be back again probably on Twitch. So if you want to hop over there just in case, or ready for me switching over, then that would be appreciated. If you don't use Twitch, that is also fair enough. But I will hopefully see you on another stream soon, if not then. So take care everybody, and see you soon.